Charlie Chaplin, the timeless king of silent comedy, Sir Charles Spencer. Chaplin, famously known as Charlie Chaplin, was born on April 16, 1889, in London, England. His early life was marked by extreme poverty and hardship. His parents, Charles Chaplin Sr. and Hannah Chaplin, were both music hall entertainers. But his father abandoned the family, and his mother struggled with mental illness. By the time he was just 7 years old, young Charlie had already experienced life in a workhouse, a government-run institution for the poor. His mother's mental health deteriorated, and he and his half-brother Sidney spent much of their childhood in and out of orphanages. Despite these struggles, Charlie inherited his mother's love for the stage and began performing at an early age. Chaplin's first taste of performing came as a child when he joined a dance troupe called the 8 Lancashire Lads, where he showed great promise as a talented young dancer. His true break came when he was cast in Fred Carnot's vaudeville troupe, a popular comedy theater group. Carnot's group toured the United States, and in 1913, Chaplin was discovered by Max Sennett, the head of Keystone Studios, who signed him for silent films. Chaplin made his film debut in Making a Living, 1914. But it was his second film, Kid Auto Races at Venice, that introduced the world to his most iconic creation, the Tramp. With his bowler hat, oversized shoes, tight coat, cane, and distinctive mustache, the Tramp became one of the most recognizable characters in film history. Between 1914 and 1920, Chaplin's career skyrocketed. He joined S&A Studios, then Mutual, and later First National, where he gained more creative control over his films. His ability to blend comedy with deep human emotions made him a favorite among audiences. The Kid, 1921. A touching story about an orphaned child that blended humor with heartbreak. The Gold Rush, 1925. One of his most famous films featuring iconic scenes like the dance of the rolls and Chaplin eating his shoe. The Circus, 1928. Showcased Chaplin's incredible physical comedy skills. At a time when Hollywood was shifting to talkies, films with sound, Chaplin resisted, believing that silent films had a universal appeal that transcended language barriers. Despite the rise of sound films, Chaplin continued to make masterpieces. City Lights, 1931. A silent film with a recorded soundtrack featuring one of the most emotional endings in cinema history. Modern Times, 1936. A satirical take on industrialization and its effects on workers, featuring Chaplin's last performance as the Tramp. In 1940, Chaplin took his boldest step by making The Great Dictator, a political satire mocking Adolf Hitler and fascism. It was his first fully spoken film and featured a powerful final speech calling for peace and humanity. The film was risky as it openly criticized Nazi Germany before the US had entered World War II, but it became one of his greatest works. Chaplin's later years were overshadowed by controversies. He was accused of being a communist sympathizer during the Red Scare in America, which led to investigations by the FBI. His personal life also made headlines due to his multiple relationships and marriages, including a scandal involving actress Joan Barry. In 1952, while traveling to England for the premiere of his film Limelight, the US government revoked his re-entry permit, effectively exiling him. He settled in Switzerland with his wife, Una O'Neill, and their children. Despite his exile, Chaplin continued to make films, though at a slower pace. His later works include A King in New York, 1957, and A Countess from Hong Kong, 1967, his only film in color. In 1972, Hollywood finally recognized his immense contributions, and he was awarded an honorary Academy Award. Upon returning to the US for the ceremony, he received a 12-minute standing ovation. The longest in Oscar history, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II, in 1975, becoming Sir Charles Chaplin. On our December 25, 1977, Chaplin passed away peacefully in his sleep at his home in Switzerland. Charlie Chaplin's impact on cinema is immeasurable. His films continue to be celebrated for their unique blend of comedy, emotion, and social commentary. His character, with a tramp, remains a symbol of resilience and hope. His influence can be seen in generations of comedians, actors, and filmmakers, from Rowan Atkinson's Mr. Bean to Roberto Benigni's Life is Beautiful. Chaplin proved that comedy could be more than just entertainment. It could be a powerful tool for storytelling, emotion, and change. Even today, decades after his passing, Charlie Chaplin remains one of the greatest artists the world has ever known.